This match, I go against the 13th seed in the tournament. He's placed third in the previous ADCC Open.
What the dog doing?
And he immediately pulls guard at the start of the match.
And this match was to aggressively pass his guard with side-to-side movement and try to get a north-south if possible. He's able to enter De La Riva here, but I'm able to quickly break out of it. I don't really want him entering on my legs at all this match. My opponent then butt scoots in to try to enter my legs. And as I'm trying to scoot back and kill the grip, he is able to grab my left leg and enter into De La Riva. I try to windshield here, but I'm not able to get anything out of it. And he's able to get me to the ground.
Right here, a really interesting passing sequence started. My opponent is bringing his right knee inside, and I'm trying to frame off and pass his knee. Should have done in this position is what Andrew Tackett did against Nicky Ryan at CJI. I should have put that elbow pit right in his hip to put some pressure on him. So should have put my head on his chest to put some weight on him and circle to north-south, just like Andrew Tackett does here. There you can just step to north-south. But as you can see here, I only had my hand on his hip, and I wasn't elbow deep, so he's easily able to circle out here. At this point in the match, I'm trying to stack and pass him, but then I'm reminded of how gay jiu-jitsu is. My opponent remembers that Pride Month was 2 months ago and refaces me. We end up getting in another interesting passing sequence here. I try to circle over, but I end up leaving my right arm in like an idiot. My opponent tries to armbar me. I remind him that slams are illegal, and he does a good job of trying to re-enter to K. I know he's going for that, so I'm trying to control his leg frames and get him out of the way. And after playing a quick game of patty cake, I decided to dive right in and try to stack pass him. But I swear to God, this dude had the most flexible hips out of any opponent I've ever gone against.
Tries to enter my legs. I do a Usain Bolt impression and try to get out of there. He does a very good job of staying attached to me. He's attached to me the whole time. It's kind of my fault for not oiling up my legs before this match. As he tries another entry from De La Riva, I do a hard back step and I try to pass his guard again. He's able to keep his right knee in. And then stand back up and try some more of my outside passing. It's the opportunity to get to north-south, so I start stepping and taking an angle. And it does the butt defense here. And at this point, I'm pretty frustrated. I'm just trying to fucking pass his guard. I grab him by the hips and I'm trying to force him into turtle, but he does a good job of keeping his back to the mat because he knows I'm trying to get him there. ADCC scoring, by the way, so if I pass his guard here, I get 2. Get a little overeager here and I try to snatch a Kimura as he gets to that side, and he's able to reface and try to enter K here. And I'm sitting hard on that leg to prevent heel exposure, but he's able to roll me through. And he starts to look for that heel, so I do a really hard back step, and I jam my toe in there and extract my leg out. But as I'm coming up, I keep my head too low, and he's able to shoot a triangle, which he switches off to an arm bar, and I'm able to step over and defend. And as I'm pulling my arm out here, I look to try to pass. But my opponent's doing a very good job of keeping that right knee in, so I look to try to get to a different angle. But he's able to recover and re-guard again, and there's a moment right here. I should have implemented what's called a slash pass, something Carson's pretty good at. The premise of the slash pass is you're putting weight on your opponent. From the start, you could see how much more weight he has on his opponent compared to mine. I drove more in here, so I could have used my hips to block off my opponent and my body as a wall. But I'm on my knees, and I'm putting literally no weight into him. I immediately decided to ditch this passing sequence and go to north-south instead and try to pass from there.
And I continuously move side to side to try to get him at an angle where I can pass, but my opponent's able to enter K from here. And as my opponent starts to enter K here and work a leg lock, I make a mistake of just being way too far back on my ass, and he's able to take advantage of this and wrestle up. With ADCC rules, as long as I can remain in turtle here, this is still no points. So it's still 0-0 at this point with about a minute left. And at this point, I make a mistake of not standing straight up and trying to stall and recover because I was pretty tired at this point. Able to work that right hook in, and at this point, I'm trying to deny that left hook because it's still 0-0 right now as long as I can block off that hook. But I make a mistake of leaving a big enough gap for him to slip that hook in. He flips me over, and he's able to score 3 on me. So at this point, it's 3-0. Less than a minute left and counting down. Opponent starts to check the clock to see how much time is left. There's about 40-30 seconds at this point, and I just need to explode and get out of this position and try to score on him. And at this point, I'm just thinking I gotta explode past this guy's guard and I can win this match 4-0. And at this point in the match, this is probably the closest I got to passing his guard. It's a classic head in the ball sack technique, and he immediately bails the turtle. I jump on his back and I try to throw in a rear naked. There's about 3 seconds left here, and time runs out. Ref, for some reason, isn't calling the match, even though I know it's over at this point. He finally calls the match a little late. This match was an unfortunate loss. Respect to my opponent, not going to take away anything from his win at all. He came in with a game plan and he executed well. Ended up losing this match 3-0 to a close decision.